we, we're going to be touching on Google My Business page, and the reason is that whenever you do a search, let me just minimize this a bit. When someone's doing a typical Google search, they come up with the paid ads at the top. Let me drop this down a bit. So let me just show you, it's here. So when you do a typical Google search, you get the paid ads at the top, and then you get this block of 3, and this is your Google My Business page. And they work on relevance and participants. Hang on, I'm just letting Ian in. And then this block of 3 were these are your Google My Business pages, and they are free, and they work on your relevance and your reputation. So just remember the R's. And then below that is your normal organic listings. These are the free listings from your website. So when someone's looking for a business, just say it's Tap Advisory, Warren. Well, if they're looking for your business name, then it'll come up with any display ads at the top. And this happens to be Morse, who's Warren's a advisor or a seller of their business training products. And then the other list here, and over here in the right-hand side. So at a glance, people can get to your website, look at your reputation, what hours you're open, and everything else like that. So that's critical. I'm just letting Alan in. Alan's coming now. Welcome, Alan. You there? Can you hear me? Connecting audio. So let's just start this presentation, and I'll see what happens when I go to full screen. Can you hear me, Alan?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, we're going to kick off. We don't have Nikki here, so I'm trying to run everything, okay?
Oh, okay.
And I'm just a mere bloke, as you know. Was that you, Jane?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just about Nikki and us, and these quickies we're doing every Monday morning, Australian Eastern Standard Time at 10. And next week we've got Ian Parker from Ian Parker International. He's a sales training coach, and he's a guest presenter on building rapport. Is that right, Ian?
Yep, that's right, Doug.
You're fading.
Sorry, you there?
I can vaguely hear you. It's as if your mic's not on.
Yeah, no, the mic's on.
Okay, it's better. It was maybe hiding on the other side of your collar. Maybe that's all it was. Your microphone was probably holding on the other side of your collar. That's all.
Okay, all good.
So, so Ian's our guest presenter next week. Today we've got Alan and me, so I'm just going to be tossing some questions at Alan, and he's going to we're just going to give you some insights, and you can scan that with your phone or put that in, and that's an easy way of promoting yourself and what we're doing. And as you can, well, I'll show you the benefits of doing things like that as we go through, and I'm sharing screens after we go through these couple of slides. So if you just do that and you promote this event, then I'll show you what happened to Warren's after Warren was the guest presenter, and we shared this event a couple of times. couple of tips for this series of Zoom meetings. Once you've registered, you only need to register once, and you use the same login details every time. So it's the meeting ID is the same, and the password is Quickie. Okay, so it's the same every week, same time. So today's topic is being first on Google for free, and I'm going to give you some simple strategies. So Alan is our guest presenter. He majored in IT and business at Griffith University. He's worked for Raiffeisen Bank International. I don't know whether I pronounced that right, Alan.
It's okay.
and implemented the bank, helped with implementing the bank's security. Bloom Logistics. He worked for Von Bibera. They're the largest automotive dealers in Australia.
Yes, they are. They're privately owned. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he worked for a fair while with Google on heaps of different projects. He developed the automotive showroom software and developed Organizer, which is one of the 3 leading document
Archiving solutions.
Yeah, that's it. Well, thanks for reading it for me. And developed Grid Host hosting platform for WordPress websites, and he developed Rapid Reviews, and that's the reason I've got him on, because it's all about reputation, and Rapid Reviews is an online reputation managing platform. It automates your reviews, just making life easier, so you can deal with reviews easier and isolate the negative reviews. A little bit about me. I did my Google certification back in 2012, and I'm doing the advanced analytics up at the present time. I've been doing this stuff since the 90s, since before Google started. Started Finance Solutions in 2000, and I've written a couple of books. The two best buy reviews is Search Engine Optimization 101, which I did back in 2006, I think, and then How to Be First on Google. That was when your Google My Business page was called your local listing, or Google Local. So anyways, that's enough about me. So I think you'd agree with these, Alan, that that everyone needs to remember the R's.
That's correct.
Yeah, that content, that the people are looking for recent and relevant stuff, but they want it from people that have a reputation. Okay, and it naturally needs to be a good reputation. So the 3 main, do you want to talk on this? That the 3 main things we need to focus on is keywords, and they are the words that your ideal customers is searching for you. It's not what you think. It's the words that they are using to find you. And
can I cover, if you don't mind? Yeah. One of the main misconceptions for when, let's say, a company or business builds a website, they actually they actually think from their perspective and, on how the customers should see their business, which is normal, because everybody thinks like that when it has a business. But the reality is that customers don't think like you, don't act like you, and don't behave like you. So you have to put yourself in the shoes of a customer and think, okay, if I search for haircuts or lawnmowers or whatever your business nature is, what would they search? And one of these good example was when I used to work in Bombibra, the car dealership. When I was building their website, I sent a group message, and they have around 300 employees. And I said, if you want to search for a car, what would you search in Google? And I was blown away by the totally different way of mindsets these people had when they actually started searching, because they searched from what's relevant to them, nothing to do what was relevant to me, the one who actually builds the site. So yes, definitely when, keywords, the ones you put in there have to be relative to your to what customers are searching. Now, talking about keywords, Google and most of the search engines pretty much dropped the keywords listing inside in the header of the file. I'm not sure how much you guys know about HTML, but in the old days, you could stuff up the keywords you want for your page at the header of the page, and Google will find them. Now, Google got smarter, and what it does now, it reads the content of your page. So whatever you try to actually promote, the keywords, it has to be found in the text and content in there. And like Dave said, it needs to be relevant. So whatever if you think, okay, I have this page in here and it relates to mobile phones, but I want to sell mobile phone cases, well, from Google's point of view, is not relevant if you don't mention mobile phone cases on that page. Just by you saying, I sell mobile phone cases and I want a customer to buy them, they probably won't find them, and Google won't promote it unless you write articles or information relative to the mobile phone cases. And that's what, when it talks about keywords, that's why the SEO is important, like on-site SEO, which is very important to optimize your site the way your customer wanted. And off-site SEO, which is another kettle of fish, where you have to think, okay, what other things can I do outside the normal website optimization, which can improve the rank of my site? And here they included the backlinks, which used to work. Now Google doesn't penalize or give you too much ranking for them. But like Dave mentioned originally, one of the most important things is the reviews. And whenever, I'm not sure where the slides are on my.
Yeah. Well, I was just going to touch on that. Is that first up, we've got the keywords, and they need to be relevant, and they need to be throughout both the website and also which is your online presence, and that's the hierarchy of SEO as far as your website goes. So as long as it's set out right and the content is compelling, and the keyword optimizing, that means that the right keywords are within the content and they're relevant to your the ideal customer, because that's who you're really after. But the best and the best way on offline SEO is any search engine optimization that's done away from your website. So that's offsite. On-site is what's done on your website. So this is the number one, the fastest and easiest way, isn't it, Alan?
Yes, a lot of people focus on their website, and it's correct to a website needs to look and feel in a certain way for Google to even index it. But it's more importantly what you do outside this website. And I'll give you a bit of an insight. So I'm not sure how many of you are business owners in the chat, but one of the important things is word of mouth. Like if you want to sell a product and I come to you and I say, hey, I purchased this from the XYZ person and it was very good for me, then, well, most probably you're going to go and at least try that person if you're not going to purchase. And if you like it, you're probably going to recommend it further if you're happy with the service. Now, basically, this is the offline SEO, which you can do for your website. And in here we go, we target towards reviews because the reviews are the current word of mouth. It's what your customers are saying about your website, irrelevant to what you have on your website. Now, Google recently moved to AI. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with AI, but they do a lot of artificial neural research into customer behavior and in the way people think. And it looks it uses that technology in actually ranking your website. What I'm saying is that they actually look at your site and say, okay, this website, it's got all the keywords, all the headers, everything in there. But is anybody saying anything about this website or about this business? Well, let's be more specific, because that's why they have the Google business page. Well, they are not saying anything, or they're only saying sporadically. And that's how Google starts to think, well, if nobody says anything about this business, is this a relevant business? Regardless how much SEO on page do you have? Google now just has to think, well, if nobody talks about this business on reviews or on Facebook reviews or backlinks or anything like that, or somebody writing a blog about you, you don't exist. Because why would he promote something which nobody talks about it? And I'm saying here things from the point of view.
I've got an example of that with Warren. I'll just mention that just before you jumped on, that I was just going to show them from a quickie that we did a couple of weeks ago, and when Warren was the guest presenter. So we jumped ahead a bit, so I'll just run through this, because when people are looking for something, well, they're going to Google it. Okay, so that's where we need to do it. So there's as though we mentioned that there's when people search, a typical search is the top of the page. You've got up to 4 Google paid ads, and then you've got the 3 Google My Business pages, which is the highest free listing that you can have. And that's what we're focusing on in this quickie. And then you've got your normal free organic results of websites and directories below that. So your Google My Business page will give you the best free Google search ranking that you can have. So as I said earlier, we need to remember the R's. Isn't that right, Alan?
Yes.
Keywords need to be relevant.
Relevant.
What the customer's thinking. The content needs to be recent, because no one wants old stuff. I mean, if you're looking up how to do something, you want to know from someone that's done
2020, not 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. And the main thing is your reputation, how you're seen by other people, and how that comes across. And one of the easiest ways is with your Google reviews. So it's not just the number. You want to talk on this, Alan? That it's not just the number?
Yeah. A lot of people ignore Google reviews, and they think, well, I already have 10, 20 Google reviews. They are all 5 out of 5, and that should be more than enough for my business. Which you can't blame them for thinking like that, because they don't know how Google thinks about their business. Basically, Google probably changed 2.5 years ago, roughly, and it said that for every business, if it doesn't have around 100 reviews a year in 12-month cycle, is not that relevant. So, like I said, if you look out there in your Google, most of the businesses which are not restaurants or hotels, they will have under 100 reviews in total for the entire lifetime. Now, if you want to get reviews, now that's where the part comes. It's not as easy as you probably think. Most of the happy customers don't say anything, and only the unhappy ones usually go online and find a way to complain.
Yeah, but it also takes about 20 really high reviews just to mask the average for that bad review, doesn't it?
Yeah, to overcome a 1-star review, you need around 40 5-star reviews to almost cancel it. Yeah. So trying to get 40 good reviews, that will be easy a month and a half if you get 1 review a day.
Okay. So what I might do is I might just drop out of here, and I'll share a couple of screens, and we can talk about where did I get to? I've lost it. I've
got a quick question for Alan.
Yeah.
Yep. I've always thought that when it says own this business ? that business hasn't been claimed.
That's correct. Not really. Sometimes they if Google is unsure of the owner because somebody claims it and doesn't do anything with it, and then what's that?
Yeah, I've found a couple lately where I've clicked on own this business and said it's already been claimed.
Yes, some people just claim the business and don't do anything, like the domain, or sometimes now Google links a business to like to a person's emails automatically in the background when it feels that that person talks a lot more, or they feel that's the owner of the business. But they don't actually give you full access, so somebody else can claim it and run with it.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so so to get to your Google My Business page, to log in, you just go to google.com/business, and then you just log in with your Google account. So here I'm just logged into mine for Finet Solutions, and here now, not all. The thing is, if you've got someone else that's managing this for you, what you want to do is set them up in users and go to users and then add them, okay? And then they don't have to log in. They don't need access to your full Google account, you know, where your emails are and your Google, you know, your Google Drive, and where you might have other sensitive stuff. So the home page just looks like this. If I've got internet, come on Google, and this is just gives you a bit of an overview, and the average rating here is 4.9. Now, when you do posts only last on your Google My Business page for a week and then they drop off, but you can do offers, and you can add offers, and you can just put in the offer and have it last for up to 12 months. Depending on how the Google My Business page is set up, some have products. Like if you go to Tap Advisory, they've got a products tab. So you can add products. And there's Warren's list of products. And if you click on those, they take them through to his online store, okay? And sometimes when you set this up, you will have a website tab, and this is it just drags all the content from the Google My Business page and puts it into another page. And I don't know whether I can show you mine website. Anyway, so it just looks like this. And it just drags the images in, and your recent articles, and your description about you, and a link so people can ring you, email you, and also your map and your hours you've got on your Google My Business page. Anyway, so the posts only lasts for a week, so you can put in offers and you can add events as well. So our weekly quickies are in there as events, so people can register online there, but they also show up on the Google My Business page in the front end. And this is where you also add your services and the services that you have. So looking at Warren's, you've got your products, you've got your reviews, and Jeff did a review after that Zoom call that Warren did. And if we look at how that the reputation that Warren got from just appearing on that quickie is that, let me try and find Tap Advisory. If you do a Google search for Tap Advisory, the first paid, the first free spot is Warren's articles, which are his posts, his blog. And the reason they come up first is the way that the SEO functionality works behind what we've set up for Warren's site. But if you look at some other businesses like Holdfast Tattoo, when you look at them, you see how it comes up the About Us, the shop page, and the news and contact us, and how it's laid out like that. It's because when Holdfast Tattoos was set up, each of these are specific pages. But if you go and have a look at Warren's website, it's one long page. It's only the shop that's different, and the Google My Business page is different. So that's why that turns up different to something like this, okay? Because this was just built smarter. But anyway, that's just the way it is. But if you have a look and scroll down here, here's the video that that Warren did, which is about the Quickie reviews. Here's a link on our website on Finance Solutions about Warren's 14 ways to cope with recession. So just from those other feedbacks, that just gave him a better search ranking, because the article in here, which is the 14 ways, is also an article in here, which is 14 ways, and they're both linked to each other. So I just thought I'd try and explain that. So let me go. So where do you want to go to next, mate? We've spoken about that. Do you want to talk about 5-star reviews?
Yeah, I can touch a bit on the reviews.
Or do you want to talk about these stats before we drop off?
Which stats you're referring to?
Oh, you can't see them. Sorry. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Alan's struggling. So the average trust factor is 88%. These are Google stats that Alan gave me previously. So 88% is what the online reviews, people believe, people feel like they're they're a personal recommendation. 88%. Now, naturally, the younger demographic, it's 90-something%. Jeff, do you know what other stat is for under 25s? Is it 96% or something? Anyway, it's the average across all age groups is 88%, and people like to see recent reviews and relevant reviews. So that's just to give you a bit of an idea. 53% will not choose a business with a 3-star or less rating. Is that right, Jeff?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, because Jeff was telling me a story about when you needed a washing machine, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, when I first came up here, my washing machine broke down. So I looked for washing machine repairers, and I found 4. 2 had bad reviews, and less than 3 stars, so I just didn't trust them at all. And the other 2 had nothing. So I went down to Good Guys and bought another machine. Yeah. Didn't trust anyone.
Yeah. So what's your take on that, Alan? We're just about to finish off, so you've got any comments on?
Okay. Well, now just a quick thing about reviews. People, and why people ignore them. Like I said before, they they're so happy that they got a few. But besides the point, if you look from a business perspective and as a return on investment, whoever's a business owner will, probably can answer this question. How many ways of marketing your business gives you pay for it once, or sometimes you don't even pay, and it gives you perpetual return on investment. So everybody who comes and looks online and finds you will go and possibly be one of your customers if he's looking for the products you're actually selling. Most of the pay-per-click, they all disappear. News, they go there and they've been there for a few seconds on TV. Same with the radio ads, same with the publications. They're only valid as long as the publication is alive. Now, when you talk about Google reviews, they are there to stay forever. And well, as long as Google keeps them online, which probably will be a long time. So as you've probably seen recently, Google changes more and more to do in-house stuff, including, you can book your flights, even order your food these days through Google. So they try to still work from Uber and the other companies. So they will spend a lot more time to optimize what's on Google, and that includes your My Business, and that's your voice as a business owner to go and say, how is your business going, put blogs and posts. And more recently, Google introduced a live chat, a messenger on My Business, which you can implement into your website and install an app on your phone, and somebody can actually contact you live directly from Google Messenger through the Google My Business. Just click on chat with somebody, and basically that's it. You start talking to your customer, which hasn't even reached your website. So having your Google businesses optimized, it's probably now as relevant as your own website.
Yeah, well, the thing also is that when people are searching on their mobile phones, and with most businesses, that's a higher search than using a desktop, right? The Google My Business page comes up first. Everything about you, so people can click on your phone number, they can look at your reviews, they can find you, and Google Maps will open up. That's if you're you've got a place of contact. So let's just open up to any quick questions before we drop off. Anyone got any questions?
Yeah, Dave, and Alan, I mean, you use mine as an example, but that's where we put in my business name. So people search by business name, but can they put in, if they're just looking for a category, like they want to buy a washing machine, obviously they can put that in, it will throw up a whole lot. So how do we actually get more people searching to actually look if they don't know your business name?
Into your posts on Google My Business and your description, you'd have options in there to put the categories you actually wanted to promote for. And basically the articles and the posts you put in My Business have to be relevant to those categories.
And also the keywords need to be relevant as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, writing the right posts and blogs on your Google My Business, that will bring traffic for, let's say, not your business name, other services or things you sell in relation to your business.
But the thing is, to get in that group of three, apart from being relevant, you need to have a good reputation, and the reputation comes down to reviews. So that's
So if somebody has a look in there, let's say you go and book a restaurant, you will probably choose, if you've never eaten in that area or never been in that city, or same with the hotel, based on the reviews. You're going to go and sort them from best to worst. Google does that for you automatically. When you search for something, it will display results from highest number of reviews to the lowest number of reviews. Most probably, if you got under 4-star reviews, you don't even appear. Your browser, it's already set not to display businesses or results under 4 stars unless you specifically go in the browser and disable that option, which people don't even know about it. So theoretically, you don't exist.
Thank you.
Okay, so if they got any other questions, just shoot them through and I'll pass them on to Alan and then we can get back to you. But next week we've got Ian Parker from Ian Parker International. He's talking about building rapport for sales success. So that'll be good, Ian. So
it'll be exciting.
Yeah. So it'll be just a quickie, because we've all got things that to do and we're leading extremely busy lives. So, so was there any closing comments, Alan? I want to thank you for your time, mate. Thank you.
No, you guys are welcome anytime. You guys can shoot me a question, and I'm more than happy to help out with an answer for Google reviews or reputation or online marketing, or shoot to Dave and he can pass it on to me. But just remember that now probably reviews are around 20 to 30% of what Google chooses to rank your website. So don't ignore them or hope that for the best. And one of the things which people don't realize is that reviews, what happens, what do you guys have in place in case somebody leaves you bad reviews? You should, as every business owner, you should think, well, if I have a flood or I have a fire, I have something put in place how to deal with that. My stuff is going to be relocated and so forth with the coronavirus now. But what happens if you have 1 or 2 bad reviews, which can actually ruin your business, and I've seen that before? how are you going to counteract that, or how you, because Google's not going to remove it unless it breaches their policies, and 99% of the times the reviews won't breach the policy, regardless if they are fake or not.
Yeah. Anyway, so we've got the rapid reviews because we're a premium agent for Alan's rapid reviews. The automation for our reviews. So if you want to know more about that, just contact us and let us know. I'll see you all next week with Ian Parker as our guest presenter. Cheers, guys.